The abysmal epiphany, long ignored and long overdue. My birth I never could recall, though later I learned how I emerged from out this spinning rock with sweat upon my brow. I bellowed, wailed, wept hot tears, and clamored to be held. But no one heard or seemed to care when these things were withheld. I jumped the railings of my cell and soon began to crawl my way upon the hardwood floor of a long and joyless hall, where gradually I gained the strength to manage standing straight. Enough to beg for stale morsels dumped upon a plate. I left that place, a ghostly shade, wounded and depressed, persevering on my own and hoping for the best. I knocked upon a stranger's door to slake my painful thirst. He evil-eyed me warily, spat at me, and cursed. At a farmhouse further down the road, I sought a crumb of bread. But the farmer quickly slammed the door and chased me out, unfed. I knocked upon a schoolhouse door, begging, nay, demanding some reason for this state of things. Beyond his understanding, the fact was he was bound in chains, this paragon of learning, chains which everyone but he had no hardship discerning. Further on, I spied a church and knocked upon its gate, but when the priest appeared, he too was stooped beneath a weight which crushed his thirst for inquiry and left him quite unable to do much more than offer me a wafer at his table, in which he never had believed, for which he had no passion, though he it was that offered something small out of compassion. Others plunged out of the sky, shocked by what they saw, struggling, struggling not to fall into the monstrous gaping maw which makes of all men's fondest dreams carrion and dust, and stops their mouths with grime and filth, with horror and disgust. And so I walked back through the night to that first stranger's door, to where my journey had begun so many years before. I cast my gaze up to the sky and asked the Lord above for sustenance, or hope of rest, for mercy, or for love. The blood-red sky was mute and grim. The ground began to swell. Then opened up a steaming pit through which I slid to hell. I knocked 3 times on Satan's door and asked what was my sin to merit being flayed alive, eliciting a grin which became a shriek of ecstasy, of ridicule and scorn, of loathing and of mockery for all who had been born. Blame your self-indulgent parents who never gave a thought to all the wretchedness with which all human life is fraught, who mindlessly perpetuated Earth's most ancient crime, who yanked a peaceful spirit into this farce as old as time, and blame yourself no less, you fool. 'Tis far too late to mourn. You're hovering o'er their filthy bed and craving to be born. This is the fate of every man who lusts and yearns for breath. A vile, filthy purgatory, atoned for with his death.